Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, today I've got an interesting one for you. I've just had a phone call and I've agreed to buy a Ford Fiesta Zetec S. They're great sellers, these Zetec S's, by the way. Every time I get them, they always sell straight away. It's basically an ordinary Fiesta underneath, but they've made it look much sportier. As a result, they always appeal to younger people because they're insurable, but they still look cool. Anyway, the reason this one's interesting is because it's very cheap. I paid just £1,000 for this. It's a 2009 and it's done around 110,000 miles and it would retail for about £3,000. But I've been told, and I quote, it's quite rough. The sellers told me that I'll need to go on eBay for various bits and pieces, so I'm not exactly brimming with optimism. But at £1,000, I just couldn't really say no. I'm thinking if I can get this done and have it owing me maybe £1,800, then there should be £1,200 profit there. I know I should know better than buying this sort of thing. I really don't need another project, but to be honest with you, I quite like the process. I like seeing the before and after, and I thought at the very least it would make for an interesting video. So here we are. I guess it all boils down to how rough it is. I mean, are we talking a couple of curved wheels or are we talking a full respray? Your guess is as good as mine. I suppose there's only one way to find out though, isn't there? Let's go and have a look. Well, we're here and it doesn't look too bad. They're good looking cars, these. So straight away the Zetec S just sits a bit better. It's got a bigger spoiler on the back. It's got different wheels. Oh, there's a bit of damage down the passenger side door there actually, and the sill. Perhaps I spoke too soon there. The plates are missing as well, which is weird. Either somebody's stolen them or it's had a private reg. And then moving down the driver's side, things get worse. It's missing its wing mirror, or its door mirror. It's missing its door handle. Oh dear, that is rough. Well, the description was quite accurate, wasn't it? I'm gonna have to climb in this, aren't I now? Who keeps the car like that? Who in their right mind? I was gonna run it through a car vertical check, but there's no reg plate on it, so I cannot. Actually, no. I could use the VIN. Bear with me. Let's go and have a wander around this crock. Well, we've only got one key. Big surprise. That just looks like a neglected car. And the one key is in keeping with that. Someone's off on the holidays. Right, well, this is the damage I was talking about. That looks a bit of a mess, actually. Ah, that's missing as well, isn't it? I wondered why there was a hole in the sill. So it should have like a lower, sportier sill, I don't know what you call it, a valance. So that's missing. Obviously caught that, damaged the sill, damaged the door, and then never washed it since about 1976. The wheel's all damaged and curbed. What an absolute bucket. Got a new tyre there, they're on the bright side. Right, let me do a vehicle. Oh, Bosch wiper blades. Always like to see Bosch wiper blades. I think someone's taking care of it, but on this occasion, I don't think that's the case. Let me do a car vertical check then to make sure it's never been stolen or recorded in an accident or whatever. Now, usually you just go to carvertical.com and type in the vehicle reg, but we don't know the reg, so you can type in the VIN instead. Now, it is Whiskey Foxtrot. I think that's a 0 rather than an Oscar. Golf, X-ray, X-ray, Golf, Alpha, my brother's initials, Juliet, Golf, 9, Romeo, 84003. Check vehicle. There we go, Ford Fiesta. By the way, if you want to do these checks for yourself, and I urge you to do so before you hand over any cash, use my promo code HIGHPEAK for 10% off. Alternatively, click the link below in the video description. Right, I've got one check left. Let's see if this is clear. For some reason the bonnet isn't closing either. Oh no. Got a broken bonnet. This is currently checking millions of cars across dozens of countries' databases. And it'll tell us a bit more about it. But I think, based on its appearance, I know everything about it already. It only takes a couple of minutes this, but it's amazing how quickly it gathers all this information from loads of different databases. Right, and the report's ready. View report. So, never been stolen, never had a mileage rollback, no outstanding finance, and there's no recorded damage. Apart from that recorded damage, but it's not actually recorded as a write-off. So the car vertical site has been upgraded recently, so it gives you a bit of information about the car. What we want to know though is the MOT. So the mileage is fairly consistent. It was last done at 110. 110 it must have failed, 100, 80. It's done quite a few miles this, which makes sense because it's the diesel. They're quite cheap to run. Someone's having a barbecue as well, it smells lovely. So no damage has been recorded. It's cheap to tax. This is a Ford Fiesta hatchback 2009, diesel manual front wheel drive, 5-speed. Right. It was first registered in June 09. Right, it has had a private plate, Willow. It was originally BG09, so Birmingham car. Right, it failed its MOT on a load of things in 21, then it passed with no advisors, then it failed again in 22, then it passed, then the ownership changed, and then it had a license plate, reg plate change. Right, well, we're all clear. But it doesn't make me feel any better about the car because it is a bit of a bucket. On the bright side, let's try and stay positive. It is a good colour. And something else that's good is Ford parts are quite cheap. So we need a new wing mirror, or at least a new wing mirror, you know, cover. That shouldn't be too expensive. New door handle, and probably the gubbins that goes in it. The tyres are all right. I mean, they're a no brand, but they're on decent amount of tread remaining. Yeah, those rear shoes look a bit ropey, don't they? That side, apart from the damaged wing mirror and missing handle, is quite straight. No dents in the roof either. Now, use your imagination here, guys. With a repaired bonnet catch, wing mirror, door handle, refurbed wheels, reg plates, and a clean, some paint, a sill trim. Is this going to cost me more than my £800 budget? Bit of lack appeal there, but I think we could get away with that, couldn't we? Let me just ditch my sunglasses. I just know I'm going to sit on those in a minute and break them. I've done that so many times. Well, the central locking works, and my mirror's fell out, even that one that's broken. Ah, boot works. What an absolute crock. Who keeps the car like this? We've been to McDonald's. Oh, look at this. We've got the wing mirror. Right, it's broken. I wonder if that could be... Oh, we've got the handle as well. Well, bloody hell. I wonder if this could be put back together again. We're missing a parcel shelf. That's about 60 quid off eBay. I wonder. No, I think that's too badly gone, to be honest. We'll see. I'll have a play around with that. It might be just as well buying a new one, to be fair. Bit of condensation under there. Full of dog hair. It's just filthy. Somebody's got in this every day and driven it. And inside, yeah, more of the same. What have we got here? That looks like a can of Stella. Bottle of water, some Watsits, an old snotty rag, some paper there from a pack of cigarettes. This is disgusting. Dog hairs everywhere. Some warheads, some sour sweets. Was that Stella? It was Stella. Classy. We've got ice-fix seats in the back, that's quite good. I know deep down this has it's gone too far, this car. But let's try and... How many napkins do you want? Locking wheel nut there. So nobody steals the wheels. We've got the ultimate theft deterrent though, haven't we, on the driver's door? There's no handle. Well, under here is the old 1.6 litre turbo diesel. And I think it's a Peugeot engine, I think. Could be wrong there, but I think it is. Because they use the same 1.6 litre turbo diesel in the Volvos as well. Right, well, it's all there, isn't it? All looks quite grim, to be fair. Wonder if it's ever had a cam belt. There's no sticker. Missing one of those as well, aren't we, from the other side? Even if that handle can be saved. Oh, it stinks as well. I'd soon get bored of this every day, I think. Ow, whacked my head on the roof as well. This isn't going well, this, is it? Under there we've got a, what have we got here? What treasures have we got? We've got a ball of some description. This is foul, this. There's absolutely no self-pride here whatsoever. Right, we've done 113,000 miles. Have we got any engine lights on? Oh, we've got plenty of diesel, plenty of derv. Let's get rid of all these minging things. Auxiliary USB. Some charms here. Someone's been to JD. If only they spent some money maintaining the car. Lots of vibrations, but then things are broken. Look at that, look at the state of it. Do my windows work? That one does. That one does. We already know that the mirrors fold in because they did it on the lock. Perfect. Ah, it's got Bluetooth. That was quite a good option on this era of Ford. So it's got Bluetooth. Bluetooth hands-free. The vibration there on the steering column. Oh, there we go. Solve that. No, I didn't. Typical rattly, horrible diesel, isn't it, this? My air conditioning is not working either. And what else can I show you? This is just foul, this. I think because I've got no plates on, I can't really take it too far, but I'll just take it around this car park and see if it drives. It's telling me I've got a door open, but that could be the bonnet, couldn't it? Shut up. Yeah, bonnet open, there we go. Well, it's got a clutch. Right, it's quite loose and knocky over the bumps, so it needs some suspension work as well. What should we do then? What should we do? What I really would like to do is drive it into that canal there. That's what I'd like to do. That's not a sensible idea really, is it? I think what I should do is order the correct plates for it, get them fitted, and then start my job. Take it for a wash, take it to my mechanics. Handbrake wants adjusting as well. It's on its last click. It's on its last nerve, a bit like me. Right, leave this with me. Let me see if I can do something with it. I know I should know better. I know I should know better, but it's quite a desirable car, this. Not this particular one, but the Zetec S. So keep me busy, won't it, for a bit? Right, well, thank you for watching. I'll catch up with you in a couple of weeks. Cheers, guys. Well, we're back in the old Ford Fiesta Zetec S, and what a transformation. It's taken me months to sort this car out. It quickly turned into one of those cars that I wish I'd never got involved with. I've even forgotten how bad this car was, and it was pretty bad. Had dents on the near side door, the trim was missing. I think there was a can of Stella somewhere as well. It was quite grim. And due to its low value, I always pushed cars in front of it in the queue at my mechanics and at the body shop. So it just dragged on for months and months and months, but it is finally done. I say done, it isn't completely done. I still need to get the air conditioning recharged. I've got Mike coming out this week, so he will do that, and hopefully it'll take the gas. That's literally the last job I need to do. So I thought today, now it's looking its best, I'd talk you through exactly what I'd spent. Now after we last spoke, I think it didn't even have reg plates on it. So I got my trade plates, took it to my mechanic for a service, MOT, ordered some correct plates for it, My mechanic gave it a service and a check over, and it turned out it needed quite a lot spending on it. It had multiple issues, this. Surprise, surprise. Apart from the bits of trim that I already knew about, it needed a new exhaust back box, it needed a near side front drop link, we had to get the locking wheel nuts off because the locker wasn't in the car. This just had all the signs of being a neglected, abused thing. After my mechanic had done all that and put it back together again, put the mirror back on and the door handle and various bits and pieces, then it went down to Jimmy at the body shop. And again, I kept putting more pressing jobs in front of it, so it just sat down there for months. Eventually, when all my more important cars had been and gone, he did get round to it, and he's done a really good job. All the bits of trim that this car needed just came in primer, so it all had to be painted to match. When it was done, I picked it up from there and took it for its wheel refurbs. Now, if you remember, they were two-tone and they were in quite a poor state. What I've done instead is paint them all grey, and they look really cool. At that point, it really was starting to come together, but it was still filthy. So I took it down to the valeters and then ran away as quick as I could before they could shout at me. 2 days later, I sheepishly returned, and voila, it's all done. I got it back to work and took some photographs of it, and I've got it advertised for $3,495. The advert's only been live for a couple of hours, but I'm fairly confident this will sell within 48 hours. It's just one of those cars. It's cheap to run, cheap to insure, cheap to tax, but it still looks the part if you're a young, trendy person. As I've alluded to so far, the cost did run away with themselves, so I haven't actually tallied it up yet. So what I'll do now is park up somewhere and I'll talk you through exactly what I've spent. I'm fairly sure though it'll be a high figure, and then I'll just start to feel sick inside. We'll see. We'll see. Right, here we'll do then. I'll knock the old dirty diesel engine off. So, this might take a while now. We do have a nice fresh clean MOT. Oh, look at the date. The MOT was the 11th of July, my birthday. My mechanic then charged me an MOT test fee, £40, oil filter, £8.50, oil, £25, a new bonnet latch, I'd forgotten about that, bonnet latch and bezel, that was £79.34. An offside mirror unit, that was £98. The near side sill trim, that was £191.41. 4 wheel nuts, remove the lockers, £20. Assorted bulbs, £20. A near side track rod end, £18.60. Exhaust back box, 2 fat ladies, £88. Near side front drop link, £9.27. Driver's door handle end, £9. And quite a lot of labour, £225. So my grand total was, with the VAT, £1,003.74. On top of that, let me add this up. I paid £1,000 for the car, which seemed cheap, but it was cheap for a reason. Plus this bill, £1,003.74. There was £70 for a valet, £15 for some number plates, £5.60 for all the paintwork. Oh, £180 for the wheels. Oh, and aircon gas, £60. I haven't paid that yet, but I will factor it in. So, my grand total is £2,888.74. That's going to leave me with no profit. If I sell it for $3,495, I'm going to have a horrendous VAT margin, aren't I? You pay 20% of the difference between your sale price and your purchase price. This wasn't great business, was it, this? Oh well, you live and learn, don't you? Well, actually, I don't, but people do, I think. Right, well, on that depressing note, I mean, it is quite a nice car now, this, isn't it? Ah, low fuel. Don't panic. One thing I didn't do, actually, because I knew the costs were going to run away with themselves, I haven't done a new timing belt. Now, it's due, I think, 150,000 miles or 10 years. And of course, this has only done 113, but it is 14 years old. So I think what I'll do is do that at the point of sale, or try and get some sort of contribution from the customer or something. We'll see. I'll try and negotiate that in. Ah, something else as well I forgot to tell you. I've ordered a new parcel shelf. I'd completely forgotten about that, but I've ordered one this morning from eBay. I was taking some photographs of it and remembered that it was missing. So that cost me £79. But on the bright side, the delivery was free, so it isn't all bad, is it? Right, well, I think that's about it, guys. So, thank you once again for joining me on this little fruitless adventure, and hopefully there's more profit in the next one. Right, cheers guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.